Hello, Eric. Hi. Hi. About golf? Oh, cool. Hey, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. This has been squirrely. I don't know. Every time I try to go through my computer, it just doesn't seem to work. So we're trying again. Trying to go only to supporters here and pull up some questions from you loves. Does that smell any better, babes? It smells better. I started a fire, but there hasn't been a fire in a little bit, so it had that funny smell. Tina, can you hear me okay? Vivian's here. All right, we're doing an AMA. Believe it or not, I was on time, actually early, but I don't, I don't know. I've got serious issues with getting on properly onto Facebook through my computer, which would have been easier. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Veronica. All right, so I'm gonna pull up some questions. The first question is from Joy Holgram. Following the 80-20 principle, what would be something you might eat on the 20% day? It's not even on a 20% day. It depends what I'm going for. This is from Joy Holgram. Welcome, Talitha. Nice to see you. Diane's here. Hi, everybody. Some of my VIPs are in the house. On the 20% day, it's still, I'll allow myself what will I allow myself? It depends so much. So that what she's asking about is 80-20. Sometimes I eat like very clean food 80% of the time, but then 20% of the time I let myself have a little bit of fun. So what Joy's asking, what I do eat on my fun day. I mean, I'll have a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of, if there's a biscuit or a cookie or something. I let myself, if we're out to eat, I'll have dessert, or at least a part of a dessert. Um, I like black licorice, so I'll allow myself a little of that once in a while. Yeah, it just depends. I try to keep it like there's so many great healthy alternatives to junk food nowadays that you don't need to necessarily eat uh, really bad food. You can eat like the healthy alternative of a treat. There's so many options now to do that. Oh, it's hot in here. Happy Monday, Charlene. All right, the next question is from Heidi Flegel. Thank you all, by the way, for coming, and thank you for, hi, Teresa. Thank you for, hi, Vasiliki. Thank you for making these requests. Joe Fisher's here. And this is just like an ask me anything. If I get through these, we'll go to live questions. So I'll try to be brief, which is not that easy. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm using this today. What would you, this is Heidi Flegel. Would you do a crossover to When Hope Calls? Will you, or will your voice, will yours be never be living on the phone? Not, oh, well, me, so no, I'm not in season 9, and neither is my voice. There's no phone conversation here. She asked if I had a phone conversation with Faith in Hope Valley. Not this season. Um, would I do a crossover? Possibly. It's in Ontario. It would have to make sense. And, you know, she's asking if I would do a crossover episode, I think, over to When Home Calls. Yeah, I mean, there's been some talk of it. So originally, there's all kinds of talk. But what gets spoken and what gets done in the film business is always two different things. So there's always speculation. You can hear me good? Good, good, good. Betty Sue Smith said, thank you, Heidi, for the question. Betty Sue Smith says, how and when is the best time to request for a new song or any song? Betty Sue, you could, if there's a couple ways. You could ask me on a direct message. I might get a chance to see it. You could, if you're a wolf, you can make a direct request, or a cat in the Patreon, and there's a spreadsheet, I think. And if you're a squirrel, you can ask live, and I'll do my best to kind of get inside Patreon. But on YouTube and Facebook, the best way is just to ask over and over and over again. And if my eyes are open, I might actually catch it, Betty Sue. What's your song that you're requesting? Is there a song that you've been just wanting me to sing and I haven't been hearing it? Thank you for answering. You're welcome, Heidi. Okie dokie, where else are we here? Betty Sue Smith. Talitha Mills says, which co-star did you have the most fun working with? Most fun. Most fun. That's a really great question. I know Candace Cameron and I laughed a lot. She was fun and funny. She's probably, in terms of the Hallmark world, it's probably been her, I'd say. Yeah, she's hilarious. Um, who else? Bo Bridges was really great to work with. I wouldn't say fun, but he was just awesome to work with on Angel Falls. Michelle Moser says, "Thank you, Talitha." Michelle, the answer is Candace Cameron. Michelle Moser, it seems like all your songs lyrics are coming from my heart. Now, are they feelings that you've had in different stages of your life? Are all your songs and lyrics about real life experiences that you shared through your life and time, place, a loved one, or a family? I know Home was written in Lake Arrowhead. Could you share with us what inspired the lyrics for the song? Just for Home, it was just looking around like this. This is Lake Arrowhead, so I was just looking outside, and the wind was just ripping through the trees, and we were spending a lot of time. Christmas Detour's on right now, isn't it? Well, that's the answer then, Candace Cameron. Um, and yeah, they all come from my heart. I write in my phone. If I hear them, I just pick up my phone and I'll strum and then hum, and then sometimes comes like a little bit of humming comes, and then I might get an idea for a lyric while I'm writing it or not, and then later I will finish the song, and then I sometimes will have lyrics as I'm singing them just kind of drop in. Uh, I don't write like structured writing. I sort of just let the spirit kind of move and flow through me. That's my best writing. And they are just from my heart. I do try to make three different parts to the song, so there's three legs to stand on. But other than that, yeah, it's just pretty from my heart. And every time I sing it, it's different. I don't know if you've noticed that. Hi, Ruth. Bobby Shoot says, "How are you preparing differently for this child than from Oliver?" Well, obviously, I'm 20 years older or 18 years older, so um, I feel like I'm just a lot more aware of what's coming. At least I may have forgotten. How am I preferring? Kate is so different than my son's mom. So, you know, and Oliver's mom was very young when we had Oliver. Where Kate's young, but not that young. Like she's 15 years older than when we had Oliver. So there's a lot of different age. Just being a couple decades older, it's just very relaxed and, uh, of course, excited and anticipating. But we're just preparing. Um, to be honest, it was so long ago, I don't remember how I prepared for Oliver. I know I read a ton of parenting books, um, and there's a couple other ones that I'm looking at now. So Kate's doing a ton of psychology and reading. So Kate's doing a lot of the reading, and I'm just gonna be fun dad. I'm just preparing to be present. So my own practice is to make sure that I'm, preparing, thinking about my days. Like I do so much in a day. I have like, it feels like I have 8 businesses I'm running. So I'm like, how do I stay present and keep my schedule? So block scheduling and getting up really early and doing most of my work in the morning. It's going to be interesting figuring all that out. And then building a team. We're going to definitely have help on a few days of the week so we can just really create later though. But the first 40 days is just us. We're not seeing anybody. Nobody's coming in to see the baby. We're not taking the baby out. It's just 40 days of Kate and I and the holiday. It's just the timing is so perfect. I can't believe we're having him on like Thanksgiving, the day before my movie comes out. And it's never, I'm auditioning for things in January and February. But yeah, it's just the time. It's my favorite time of year. So we'll have making a hot apple cider, which is another thing. Heidi or Joy, I'll let myself have some hot apple, organic apple juice, or apple cider rather, and then add cinnamon and cayenne and a bunch of spices to it so that when it's cool out, like it's cold up here already, it's like 45, 50. I'll allow myself some cheats too, but I'll have that on a regular day too. I don't really do cheat days. I find having an eating window is really effective, like eat between noon and 8 and then fast the other 16 hours. For women, it's usually a little different, but even a 12, 13-hour fast is, uh, if you just, I don't know if anybody here wants to lose weight or release weight. If you just follow this one rule, Give yourself 12 to 13 hours between your last meal and your first meal. In a year, you'll drop 25 pounds. Promise. And you'll feel good you'll sleep better. You'll by a few weeks in, you'll start noticing inflammation down because you're giving your digestive a time to rest. And please get this book, everybody, and go get a colonic. This is by Dr. Norman Walker. Constipation, fatigue, poor eyesight, hearing loss, asthma, prostate trouble, colds, allergies, nagging backaches, respiratory disorders, digestive problems, gas, abdominal pain, colitis, thyroid deficiency, diabetes, and numerous other ailments can be cured by taking care of your colon. And one of those ways is hydrating it. One of the ways you hydrate your colon is with the colonic. I know Apollo Waters is booking hers right now. Tracy Spalding said, nice, thanks for the question, Bobby. Tracy Spalding said, I think you have the most wonderful profile. Am I going to love or like your album cover? This profile, like this side profile, it's a little bit profile. I think you're gonna like and love it. I don't know. It's not fully profile, but it's like a little down to the side. I'm still deciding, and I better get on it. That's something I'm supposed to do today. So I think you're gonna dig it, Tracy. Jennifer Webster, I think you're going to love the album cover. Yes, and I think it's going to say "Long Way Home" as the name of the album. But thank you. At first, it was like profile, like my profile on my like Facebook profile. Thank you. But you're talking about like my side profile. Thank you. I work hard on it. Colonics. Colonics give you a good profile. Okay, Jennifer Webster Fine says, my question is, what is Ollie doing nowadays? And he's excited for his new baby brother. So Oliver is investing. He was doing Instacart for a bit, and now we're trying to find out a business opportunity for him. He is an entrepreneur, and he's got some savings, and I've over the years kind of helped save, invested. So and then he did a lot of work in commercials when he was young. So we're looking for fun ways for him to invest, and he's in the blockchain and Ethereum and Bitcoin space, and he wants to get a bunch of vehicles and like rent them out on Turo. So I think he wants to get really cool cars and lease them on Turo. So entrepreneur. There's nobody in my family that isn't an entrepreneur. I have my dad had 7 siblings, and every single person had their own business. So it's kind of in our Greene blood to start businesses. It's a great question, and he is excited. Yes, of course. We're all doing a CPR course on Monday, so I took CPR when I did my lifeguard, because I have my gray or white in swimming, double white or double gray, whatever the highest one is, for swimming lessons or for swimming instructing, kind of. And I got my CPR then, but it's been a few years. He's very excited, Jennifer Webster Fine. Bonita Gradenus, do you know when your next Roma drama will be? I don't. I'm trying to get a hold of them because I'm trying to figure out Palm Beach if I want to go, and if I don't do a concert, do I still want to go? And I'm trying to figure that out. I know some of you are looking at Roma Drama now, and and are probably waiting to book your tickets, but I just need to actually call and have a conversation. So, and it's also in January, so it's possible. Not certain though, but hopefully. And then if so, we'll probably try to do a concert outside with a couple other folks like Rob Mays and a few other people. That'd be cool if you're going. Anybody here interested in Rama Drama? We're also getting the details together on the cruise, so if anybody wants to come on a cruise in 2023, start putting a few dollars away a month and come join us on a 4-day thing out of Florida. Probably going to be doing it with Andrew Walker and Cass and then Kate, like the 4 of us. We're working on the details now. So that would be fun for you all. I'll be doing a couple live concerts, obviously having my CDs to give you guys, and uh, there's photo opportunities and prizes and door decorating and really fun ideas for the panels and get-togethers, and you win a chance to have a dinner with us on the boat. There's some really cool prizes. So I'm working with this lady that did the Osmonds cruise for Donny Osmond, and she's pretty good at it. So we're just working out the details. Which one? Nice. It's on the chair over by the cat door, or by their bedroom. Um, so that's the long answer to Rama Drama. I think so. But the cruise we're in the final kind of stages of planning that. New CD's not out yet, Tina. Single's going to be out this Friday, the first single. Do you know when you're into that? Paula Frankenhauser. As a parent, will you make any changes with the new baby that you didn't know when you raised your first child? I mean, every kid's different, and I have a really great, amazing partner, right, Kate? Yeah, they're asking if we'll raise this guy any differently than Ollie. I mean, probably every kid's so different, but we got a whole new set of tools. I'm so different. Your belly looks so cute. Yeah, I'm sure, but Oliver was so easy, and I'm trusting that this kid's going to be just as fun and easy. Yes, but easy is not the goal. Just allowing him to come in and really to be a fertile kind of ground for him to grow however he needs to grow. I don't have any interest in controlling the outcome of my kid. Just want to. I'm the bow that the master's hand pulls back, and the children are not ours, but they're the arrow that flies forth. It's a poem in the Prophet about how let the master's hand guide. We bend, and our kids are actually the arrow of life, and they're visiting the future, which we cannot visit. It's so cool. But yeah, there'll be some changes for sure. But Oliver was raised in such a cool, unique way. We use BabyWise, and we'll be definitely using sleep scheduling and BabyWise for our new son as well. Kelly Bradison, do you and the cast members really ride horses? Yes, we really ride the horses. There's no doubles. Depends if the odd time there's been a double for like the no, or yeah, like if the carriage is coming in really fast, there's no reason for Andrea to be on it. So there was a double once for that, and I'm sure the odd time there's been a stunt. Yeah, a stunt here and there, but 90% of the time it's just us on the horse. I'm on a horse. Patricia McDonald says this. Have you read Edgar Cayce? Yes, I have. Calling the Sleeping Prophet of the 30s. A lot of what you talk about is what he's in the forefront of thinking. I learned a lot from my husband to follow his advice on health, healing. Wow, yeah, Edgar Cayce does a really unique work. I do know him and I do like him. Um, it's very mystical, like how his explanation of what ALS was, which my dad had, was pretty trippy. Um, that's a great question. Yeah, Edgar Cayce, he'll give like his explanation of why cancer is here and things like that. He's an interesting cat. Paul Water says, "Hey Paul, if you had the power to change one major thing in this world to make it a better place for your little guy's future, what would that be?" Just less division. I mean, I'm watching this series. I mean, Kate's watching a Viking series where it's talk about division, like they're warring tribes and Saxons against whatever, England against the Danes or whatever. So we, as human history, has so much division. Hi, Mary Crispin, and so much. I would love to see something happen that as human beings we will be able to respect somebody else who has a different opinion, and there will be room for everyone's kind of points of view without us having, like, people have let go of their families because one person likes Trump or the other doesn't like Trump, or one person wants a vaccine and the other thinks it shouldn't be forced to have vaccines. Or so for my son, I'm really hoping and creating my own space of, of of like deep understanding and listening of other people's kind of perspectives, so that there's less division, because the division, I think, is just so nasty. And but it's not like a new thing. When you see how these tribes were warring and fighting uh, in the past, I mean, we live in a really relaxed time compared to that. Like, man, oh man, there was so much violence. Like, at any moment right now, somebody could come through my window with an axe and take my wife, my wife and my kids and my crops and my farm industry, like rape and pillage. And like, we have some laws that make being alive now a little bit less stressful. Yeah. So, all right. Well, it's 5 o'clock. I have to hop over to my acting school. Thank you for this. I'm sorry that I got on just a little bit late. I have time for a couple quick questions, and I'll end at 5:05. I want to give you guys back some time. Thank you, first of all, for being here as my incredible supporters here on Facebook. I know there's a Patreon, which is a different experience. This one, we're going to be doing these, and of course, doing the featured members, and I'll be releasing the odd single and or the odd video to you guys first. But this Facebook experience is going to be is a little bit different. Meaning the Patreon is going to be more intimate and a bit of a more of a bigger deal. So if you haven't checked that out, just go check it out and see if it interests you. If all you're looking for is the occasional me checking in and doing a live like this once in a while, or posting some behind the scenes here, which I'll still do. But there's going to be much more heavy posting on Patreon. But I really appreciate the support, because it's all like really thankful, or it's really helpful for my music. And it's a cool avenue for getting to know you guys too. And Patreon's just a slightly different thing. And you can, but just go check if it feels right and you want to do that and that works for you, then check that out. But you guys are always so generous. I mean, look at the stars here. We're almost at 80% for the 4-week goal for Marisol, for the human trafficking for Foundation for a Slavery-Free World, which is so cool. But I just want to thank you for being my VIP members here, and I'm open to or suggestions on how to best serve you here, that has it still work within my schedule, and make it a value for you to be here. But and if you wanted to check out what we're doing over on Patreon, like when I screen the short films that I directed, I'll do them there first. And um, yes, of course, if that yes, Donna Milstead, I promise to give you intellectual value, meaning my perspective and my point of view and my positivity and the resources and the things that I'll be sharing. I promise you they'll be worth $4.99. I promise. There's life-saving tools that I'll be sharing. So if the value will hopefully come from the community, and also these live Q&As that I will do every month, similar to this. And thank you, Joy. And of course, a portion always goes to charity, for me, that I've committed to. That's my freedom plan. Is if you're struggling with finances, just find a percentage and 10% and give it away, and watch how your finances grow. Thanks, KK. There's squirrels and cats and wolves over there. Ruth's excited for her colonic. Mary Moore. You're a squirrel. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, it's just finding a lot of artists, especially musicians, have Patreon pages. It helps them sustain their lives with by making music and it's a relationship with the fans. Kelly Brassington, you too. Good night, Betty Sue Smith. You're welcome. Thank you all for being here. Jen Miller's here. Uh, and yes, so and on Patreon, like I always do an hour free for you guys on Sunday here, and then there's like an after show on Patreon, and the same will be on Fridays. And I'm not sure I'll keep doing every Friday and Saturday. I might do just Fridays and like once a week on Patreon. But I'm trying to figure out. Uh, Shelley, there's benefits to both. Just do some research. I've done both open and closed, and as long as the open system, you're doing it by yourself, usually in the closed, you're with a practitioner. I would always suggest doing it with a very, very highly educated, experienced practitioner before you go into the open system of colonics. Thanks, Anne. You're a cat, even though you don't like cats. Well, yeah, and of course, and you can always let Ruth know ways that maybe we can make this better, or Patreon better, or my concerts better, or um, my brother and I are going to be painting, or my brother's going to be painting, and we're trying to create a cool thing for my brother. Uh, just trying to continue. I want to have people get to know my brother a bit. I think he's so talented. All right, I'm late for my class. I gotta hop off. And of course, Kate and I have an ongoing monthly course, and this whole month we do a live Zoom with a big group of people. I think and then I do another, so you can come on the Zoom with us once a month. And then I do a live Q&A sort of webinar about the topic. And this month we're dealing with communication. Um, and there's a lot of really huge pillars of communication and generous listening and recreation. And there's about 3 or 4 pillars that we're going to be sharing with you inside of my bride and I do have been doing these courses. So if that interests you as well, it's over on my website, paulgreene.com. You can have a peek and see if you want to spend. I focus on the health and nutrition stuff, and Kate um, is doing her master's in NLP, so she's really great at helping you figure out sabotages in your life, limiting beliefs, and raising the level of how good you're willing to have it. So just check that out. There might be something there that you like too, and if you wanna take uh, remember who you are a bit and get connected to your dreams. So that's over there. And I appreciate all the questions, and I really love you guys, and thank you for your prayers and support and epicness. I can't wait for you to see my new movie and short film and my new records coming out and a new baby. I mean, it is a crazy time. Thank God I have Ruth to help me prioritize and navigate. Yeah, and did the NLP. It's just unbelievable. It's like wizard school, like Yoda stuff. I don't know. We're gonna us or people asked to announce a baby, but I'm not sure how I feel. Is it us or people? People. We'll see. It's not going to be like right away. We're gonna be a little low profile with this one, I think. But who knows? I'll probably be so excited. I'll be like, Sarinya, Sarinya. Okay, bye, you guys. Love ya. Remember to keep these thoughts. Pay attention to these thoughts, and your thoughts create things. So choose good thoughts. And if you're paying attention, when you have a nasty thought come up, it's really crucial to just go, oh man, this is how I'm speaking to myself. And just by bringing awareness, you can be a little bit more loving and kind and gentle and tender to yourself and your thoughts. And remember to enjoy yourselves. All right? See you later.